Normally, I would say Jose Ramirez can do no wrong in this town, but unfortunately, it was a costly mistake. We don't really know I'm curious to hear because Stephen Vogt's going to get asked about it. I'm curious to hear what the decision was there. Was it hey, we're sending him on contact no matter what, or was it just a Jose decision to hey, there is contact, I'm going? Because that's I think the thing that people are going to wonder. But essentially. Gets to third on an error to lead off the inning, and the Guardians can't plate him, and he ends up getting thrown out, caught in the pickle between third base and home plate. Not a great way for that game to end, as you were trying to tie it up at 2. And we are obviously here for your reactions. 216-474-9992. I think, honestly, in social media reactions brought to you by Shop and Jewelers, Cleveland's premier jewelry store. Nick, I saw your tweet pop up on my timeline as that game sort of came to an end, and I think it sums everything up pretty well. That hurts. That hurts so bad. I mean, and you put the hood up. You put the hood up. You tie it. Dude, I can tell you're feeling it.
I'm genuinely hurting in here. Like the rest of this show, guys. Full disclosure, I'm playing hurt. That hurt me. They gift wrapped you a run, and you couldn't find a way to win. I mean, Jose Ramirez was darting around the base paths to get to third. There was no outs. All you had to do was put the ball in the air, in the outfield, and J-Ram is scoring a run. It's at worst a tie game right now, going to extras, and we'd be droning on about the Browns. I can't believe they found a way to lose that. Like, guards ball is predicated on doing the fundamentals correctly. Yeah. And to have 2 unearned runs and not be able to get a runner home from third base in a game like this, man, I'm hurt. I'm hurt so bad. I hope this didn't cost. I'm not going to do big picture yet. It's obviously just raw reaction. I hope that didn't cost you this season.
Yeah. Listen, I think all Guardians fans are sort of feeling it right now for sure after that one. You're right though. The philosophy that Cleveland wins with, and what was a big component of their win streak, the run that they went on to make it to the postseason here in September, was built on they do all the fundamental things right. That was such a bizarre and rare mistake for this Guardians team. I know they like to go on contact a lot. I think that's something I've noticed about them just this season in general. So I'm really fascinated to hear, was that a decision that was made once he got to third and they just were going to send him no matter what? Was it just Jose sort of acting alone? I have plenty of questions. We'll certainly have audio from Stephen Vogt at some point here during the show, but I think that's where everyone's going to want to start is there. I also think something that was highlighted very emphatically by Mac Robinson throughout this game is that John Kenzino was pretty much worthless in this lineup today. He had an error at first. He struck out with 3 straight balls that were way outside the zone. He's never seen a pitch yet he didn't like. And I think you're seeing the reasons why he spent most of the year in the minors. It was just not a good day for the Guardians. 14 strikeouts, by the way, for Skubal. 15 on the day for the Guardians. I mean, 12 guys, basically. That tells you 12 guys put the ball in play in this game. You're not going to win a lot of baseball games doing that, and that's why every year when the Guardians get to this stage, when they get to the postseason, we have our questions about it because they just don't do the things offensively that you need to do to win sometimes. And that was on display today.
Well, I mean, now you're painted into a corner. Now your back's against the wall. I feel like Michael Irvin in that clip. What are you prepared to do about it? Because everybody's going to have you counted out. You lost to a presumptive, Cy Young Award winner in Tarik Skubal today. The good news is you got another one tomorrow. The good news is that even as dominant as Skubal was today, 14 strikeouts through 7 2/3 innings, it came down to the absolute last moment. It came down to you're unable to get Jose Ramirez home. So you got to regroup. You got to try to figure out what went wrong today. Big Christmas was a big part of what went wrong. Big Christmas was more like big Groundhog Day today. I don't even know. What's the worst holiday you could think
holiday?
Of? I think of Groundhog Day because nobody makes good food on Groundhog Day. That they're going to start Chase DeLauder tomorrow. They have to. Like, you are painted with your back.
Love it, honestly.
You're painted with your back against the wall, and you need your biggest hitters now. Like, now you need offense. You just showed the entire world the one red flag that this baseball team has is that they can't hit. And everybody knows that now. You got to start Chase DeLauder tomorrow. It's going to happen.
Yeah, we know what history says since they started the wild card round in this format. Teams that win game one go on to win the series every single time. So that's not a great start, obviously. We have two questions for you. What's the worst holiday that Nick just asked? And is the series officially over? You staying optimistic? Where's your head at after this Guardians loss that maybe shouldn't have been because of the error there in the ninth inning with Jose going home from third when he should have been plated. He's on third base with no outs. It's ridiculous that they couldn't get him home. The stats are the stats. The history is the history. We can sit there and say all we want since they started this wild card setup. The team that lost game one hasn't come back and won. Like that's just the facts. But at some point, it's why we love sports. Like the crazy things happen. I mean, nobody had come back from 3-0 down until the Red Sox did it in 0-4. Like there's always historic things that aren't there until they happen. And I do think what's interesting and what John alluded to there is the idea that like if there's one team in the playoffs that you feel like is the most equipped to rally from being down in a series, especially a series like this one that you only get 3 chances. And it's only 2 games. You just got to win 2. It's this Guardians team. They have quite literally played for probably really over a month with their backs against the wall and been told they're out of it. They're not going to do anything. They stink, all that, and they found a way. So as much as I know this loss is hurting you, as much as I know this is hurting other Guardians fans who we're going to get to here in a minute, I also understand like. This team is kind of built for this. And if you believed in them to pull off what they just pulled off the last month, they can absolutely pull off winning 2 games over the next 2 days.
And that's the one thing that I have to hold on to as a fan right now is the fact that your back has been against the wall time and again, and you found a way to fight off the ropes. And that's exactly what they're going to have to do tomorrow. I agree with what John said. You need Tanner Bybee to pitch in a way that we've never seen Tanner Bybee pitch before tomorrow. Like, he needs to be that good because I have very little faith in Cleveland's offense. It's going to be the same story that it was going into today. I think it's going to be timely hitting. You're going to need to have a little bit of luck, and you're going to have to find a way to get these guys over and get these guys home when the opportunities present themselves. You had an opportunity there in the bottom of the 9th inning to get the greatest player in the history of this franchise, arguably, and Jose Ramirez home to tie this game and to give this team a fighting chance at winning game 1, and they were unable to capitalize. So ultimately, right now, it's pain in my stomach. It's pain in my heart. I'm sure that same feeling is synonymous in Cleveland's clubhouse, but they can't let that feeling ruminate. They have to be able to flush this because at 1 o'clock tomorrow, you have another opportunity to keep this season alive and to keep fighting the way that you have all year long. So I guess I got to look forward to that and hope that they could get the job done tomorrow.
I do hope that's the approach most fans are taking. We'll obviously get to these calls and find out. The other thing I will say I agree with John on, first inning tomorrow is critical. Today it started with a run, and give Gavin Williams credit. It was an unearned run, came on an error, and then he battled for his 6 innings to make sure that there was no more damage. And then I think the second run also unearned, but it was a guy that he led on base, obviously. But yeah, like I think you got to give him a lot of credit for sort of battling through it, not letting it spiral after that first run scored. Bybee, though, has to come out and just like deliver a great first inning, make sure no runs are on the board, give the offense a clean sort of scorecard there to take over in the bottom of the inning. And I think that'll set the right tone for things tomorrow. So I think that first inning is going to be very pivotal, as John Fanta obviously mentioned with us a couple minutes ago.
And how do we find a bit of offense in this town? How is the same conversation we're having about the Browns kind of bleeding over into the baseball team? Like, yeah, can Chase DeLauder start at quarterback on Sunday? 216-474-0092. How about that?
Chase DeLauder is the savior for multiple teams in town.
Because the Guardians can't score, the Browns can't score, and I seriously, I'm speechless. I can't believe that they weren't able to get Jose in there. Like, I kind of blaming myself a little bit because it's just classic Cleveland fan that I convinced myself when Jose Ramirez got to third base on that error, whatever happened there at first, Tigers couldn't get him out. I'm like, he's going to score. The miraculous season's going to live on. We're going to go to extra innings and we're going to find a way to pull this game out. So the fact that they didn't, I'm sitting here like dumbfounded because it kind of did go against the guard's ball a little bit. The fact that he took off on that pitch, like he probably thought that was his only chance of scoring and the only chance that the team had to force extra innings. But man, it just was so uncharacteristic today.